Good job, you guys. Way to do it quickly. Okay, and then next.
Favorite music.
So how have we described this before?
Well, everyone's just all over. I mean, if you have a favorite music that's not on there, feel free to let us know, but
Well,
we'll see.
and how we described it before is if you had one last song to listen to for the rest of your life, you're stranded on a deserted island, and you could pick one last song, what kind of music would it be? It's a mix. If you guys saw this first time, it's a mix. It's a mix.
I would do two. Taylor Swift.
Musicals?
That's my girl.
Musicals, show tunes, musicals. Sorry, we only have room for 9. Sorry. Gospel. Sorry, we only have room for 9. But if you guys want to do another one, we can change those out. We can do that. We're almost there. Last chance. Get your votes in, please. 84. We've got about 8 more participants. Last chance on this one. And then next.
Where is your school located?
And is Kendall A-L or E-L? A-L, okay. I wasn't sure. I read the handwriting. I wasn't sure what it was. And you guys are from Kendall? No,
This
you're
is
not.
another
You're
really
not.
important
Okay.
one. Make sure that your school location is up there because we definitely want to know. Because I know you guys are all representing for your schools. Right.
All right, almost there. Last chance. And then next.
Which of the following political affliction best describes you?
And we added, based upon a summit we did at a Target 2020 event, number 9 was added by the participants at that event. And so what we do is we take a cumulative, what we learn from each group, and we say, well, here's what we heard from your peers. They said that that is a registered party, the Party of Socialism and Liberation. The way that party gets up here is it has to be registered with the FEC and has to have a certain percentage of people in the country who've registered with them. That's why the Tea Party's up there now, because there's a lot of folks out there who are Tea Party members. Okay, almost there. Last chance. And next. Now, this is the different ways to look at how you think of issues. So this is ideology. And so the idea from a social and a fiscal view, it's the 9 different combinations. So social is things like healthcare, education, welfare, those kinds of issues. And fiscal is things like tax policy, spending, things that have to do with budget, managing budgets. So we're asking for the 2 different ways that you would look at both of those, and then those are the 9 combinations. This was also created by millennials at the Party for the Presidency in 2007.
So how would you describe your overall views or positions based upon the following characteristics?
Any questions on this? Was that clear? Yeah, question. What was the second part? Fiscally what? Fiscally, that means that you would agree with spending, like deficit spending, spending lots of money, that you would feel okay about spending with a budget deficit. That would be fine. And actually, sometimes this is fairly complex because there's an argument to be made that even a fiscal conservative could say the same thing at a certain time, like during a war, for example. Okay, great. Socially liberal would mean that you would allow, for example, marijuana should be legal, drugs should be legal, things around. That's a classic statement. People should be allowed to marry between inside genders. So
Abortion is another big one.
correct, correct. Okay, almost there. And then here we go, last chance. We're right at 84. We'd love to get everyone in on this. We have one more to go, and here it is. What is your current marital status?
Jade just
This one is complicated. Yeah, this one is complicated. Yeah.
Jade just going through her second divorce now.
Yeah, we've heard lots of different things that we could add to this list too. Okay, and then we're going to take a look at how this breaks down as far as who's here today, who's in the room, and here we go. So that's the breakdown. Female, male, transgender, decline to state.
Go females.
Okay, what is your age?
So we have 18 and 19-year-olds are really represented in this room.
Is anybody younger than 18? Sorry, a couple. Sorry, we did not have that as an option. Okay, next.
All right. So again, a large majority of us are Latino or Latina.
Okay. And next? That's great. 83% plan on transferring. That's great. Full time.
That's a lot. Full time. That's a lot of full time students represented this summit.
Favorite music, and it goes to hip hop, R&B. But they all get a vote. Even country represents 1%.
Taylor
country.
Swift, that's our girl.
There you go.
Yes.
Would that be you? Would that be you? Yeah, all right, all right. It's proud, loud and proud on the country. I love it. That's great. It's actually really unique that they all get a vote. They all get selected because it's a big deal to pick one from a list. Okay, next. School location. NBC North. But we have a number with over 10% in the room, so there's a nice balance. That's great. And then political affiliations.
You're excited.
This is by ideology. Again, they all get selected on ideology. Every one of them. That's actually the more balanced, one of the most balanced ones we've ever seen at a Mobilize Summit. So that says a lot. It's really good to have a range of ideologies in the room for the conversations you'll be having. Next, marital status. This is the final one.
Woohoo, single.
76 singles. There will be a party later on tonight for all the number ones. Party later on tonight. Okay, great. And then the first thing that we want to engage you on before we go into a core question is a really powerful concept here, and that's before you came here, what is the feeling, what is your level of empowerment to create change in your community? I know this is something both of you worked with. You want to describe it a little bit? Like what we're looking for here?
So we just want to know how you felt before you came here within your schools and your communities. Did you feel like you could create a change? Did you feel like you were given the chance to really work and get things done? This is a really important question. This is going to guide us throughout the summit. So we want to know how you're feeling now.
Question? Great. We're going to explain that. Perfect timing. I love it. If you look closely at your keypad at the bottom in the middle, if it says 10 on it, you see that 10 key? So if you press that, there is no zero voting. There's no zero value you can give, but it will show a 0 on your keypad if you select a 10. You can vote all of the numbers from 1 to 10. We're just showing, for example, if somebody felt mostly empowered, you'd give it 8, or mostly not empowered, you'd give it a 3. So we want you to be really as close as possible. When you give a value, everybody knows what the meaning is. So that's why we're going to do that throughout the day when we do an agreement scale or an importance scale. So on this one, we want to get you to give us your feedback now. We're not going to show you the results. We're going to ask you the same question at the end of our time and then show you the comparisons, okay? So we're at 89. I think we have a few more participants out there. Last chance on this one. Okay, great. And we are going to move on. Great, thank you.
Thank you, Chris. All right, so we're about to move on. Oh, round of applause for Chris. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Thank you. Before we move on, I love Miami so much. Can I hear some love? Are we ready? Are we excited? Yeah, not good enough. There you go. All right, so we're going to move on with the first question for today, and I hope you guys are all ready and facilitators.
This is when the work really begins. This is when it's your time to create solutions, so let's stay engaged. Let's be excited. This is it right here.
And if you have any questions, we're here. We're all here for you, okay? So question number 1, what challenges do community college students face in completing their education? And I'm sure a lot of you would know what to answer. And we actually have 45 minutes for you to discuss. So go ahead and start, unless if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. Are we ready?
Well,
yeah. And remember, you're trying to come up with 3 solutions. And you want to make sure to mark your top one, or make sure that that's number 1. And then as soon as you're finished, just let us know. Come bring up your paper to the front so we can get it all logged into the computer. So if you guys all finish up in time, then we can move on, or before time, then we can move on to the next question.
And what's really key is don't worry about whether or not your answer gets selected by your table group. Don't worry about that at all. Just generate ideas. There's 13 other table groups, and it's most likely that another table will come up with something that maybe you wanted to have selected. So just be in creation mode, be in idea generation mode, and we'll hand out the forms.
Just another reminder to all the facilitators, don't forget to assign a note taker and a person that would like to report out. I encourage you guys to report out, but also assign someone else so we can encourage leaders in the room. Thank you.
It starts from the beginning. So I like the point that the superintendent said. He said, no, it's not, 12th, maybe just 12th grade, it's starting pre-K, pre-education. If they build habits that are just, that they keep doing the same thing, I mean, honestly, I think it's a little bit what someone can get out of it, and really, have a realization, but I think it's better, of course it'd be much better from the beginning. It's something we can work based on. So if you want to put that, then that would be fine.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, actually shaved and where at? What?
That's the good point. I think hopefully if we start now, we start provide information. Exactly. And that's they have the, we went there and spoke to him. When we were about to get off the bus and went to the program to the building, we were informed just now. I had no idea. On the yeah, we had just found that there's a new law that was put on the floor that if you take like honors clubs, for example, leadership and things like that, this has to be taken that are pertaining to your major. According to them, they charge you international costs. No, it's class that you take it now on. It's class that you back to class that you take and then they'll make you pay for that. That's what they're supposed to be trying to do. So I mean, I don't know. But before we continue, I want you guys to introduce
question? Do you have a question? You want general record the whole 45 minutes? You can broadcast it or how do you want to? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, and this kind of... Right, okay. you want to do
How
it.
many high schools out there start time? Three concise things that would know most about that's up here too. You have